guys, I am back and I'm going to be doing a review today, and this is a requested review from one of my subscribers.
Haha, it's lit.
They suggested that I watch a show that was entitled Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighters, and I actually enjoyed it. It's taken me a minute to get around to finishing it because the last 2 weeks of my life have been super busy, but I am back, I am here, and I am ready to review for you guys. So I'm going to basically try to break this review into 2 parts. So the first part is just going to be my overall thoughts on the series, and then the second part will probably may or may not contain some spoilers. So I was going to do 2 separate videos, but we'll see what happens because I may be lazy and just put it all in one video. But I'll warn you guys before I get to the spoilers if you care about that kind of thing. But yeah, so on to the show. Stretch Armstrong is a name that I am semi-familiar with because in the 90s there was this stretchable toy that was of the same name, and it kind of created this stretch toy trend.
Yes, Stretch Armstrong, now stretching fun farther than ever before.
As far as the show is concerned, that is pretty much where the similarities end. So it follows 3 teenagers, and they go by the name of Stretch, Omni-Man, and Wingspan, and their real names are Jake, Nathan, and Ricardo. Okay. The first thing that I noticed about this show, you guys, was the voice actor for Armstrong.
Is it even possible to be a superhero and a high school student?
I was like trying to figure out like why do I know this voice? Like, what is this? And it turns out it's the same exact voice actor who did Robin from Teen Titans.
Hey, this isn't your town. Aren't you supposed to be with...
Just moved here, and from now on, I work alone.
So, if anything, watch the show for that because I loved Teen Titans, and yeah, I was super excited. So that kind of helped me get into it. But the story starts out kind of basic origin story, and it is fast. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know because the series, it only has 13 episodes and they're about 23 minutes long. So they kind of had to hit the ground running, and that is what they did. So the first 2 episodes are like quick, 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 but it still was enough for me to get into them. The animation style kind of reminded me of Spider-Man Unlimited, and I feel good about the animation, but at the same time I feel like some of the background was kind of clashing because they used a lot of CGI for their backgrounds, and then it was like 2D animation for the actual characters. But it wasn't bad at all. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. It gave me like a feel of Batman Beyond, like an upgraded version of that. If you guys are familiar with that show, I just but yeah, so it totally like gave me that feel, and I don't know if that was purposeful, but I feel like it really helped with me getting into the show. Another thing I really liked about this series was the supervillains, because they actually had really good ones to me. They were a lot more developed than some of the secondary characters. So like our main 3 characters, you know, they had a little bit of background to them, and I liked they had some depth, but they're like parents and stuff. We didn't see that, and we didn't necessarily care about that. The fight scenes in this show are actually really good. I was actually surprised, not even going to lie. I wasn't expecting to go into this show liking it as much as I ended up liking it. I feel like it could cater to a wide range of audiences. Like if you are people within my age group, if you're a younger individual, if you're trying to like just find a show for your kid to watch, you'll sit down and watch this show with them, I promise, because it has no choice but to draw you in. Like, I have some pretty high hopes for Stretch Armstrong, and if I were to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate it a 7, simply because I feel like it has so much potential, and the show has only remotely tapped into that potential. They still have so much that they could do, so much more depth that they could offer, but it's still a really good show, and I honestly probably wouldn't even have looked into it if I had not gotten this suggestion, but I'm super glad that I did, and I hope that you guys will be willing to watch it and look into it, especially if you are a fan of cartoon or animation, because those are something that I enjoy, and I know a lot of people out there who enjoy it. So definitely check it out. If I didn't like the show, I would be honest. I pointed out the things that I found to be flaws, but they weren't enough to stop me from recommending the show to anybody or anyone. Definitely just, you know, watch it. I am like in shock about the season finale because it left us on a cliffhanger. The Flex Fighters end up becoming the villains of the show, and they're not real villains obviously, but everything that they know, their whole world, it flips and turns on them. The show kind of revolves around this substance called flexuranium, and it's the substance that can make you stronger, it can modify your body, gives you superpowers, super strength, or the ability to stretch. It manifests itself in very different ways depending on whom the individual is who has it. And you have this villain, the Stretch Monster, who is trying to utilize it for his evil plan. And this villain, like, he's actually a really developed villain for a show that's supposed to be like a teenage show, like geared towards teenagers or whatever, but you know, like, he's actually pretty legit, like he's a threat. So the Flex Fighters have to work really hard to try and stop him. I mean, like most villains, he thinks that what he's doing is going to help the world, and all he's doing is creating monsters in reality. But you know, he has this theory like, we're going to make things better and stronger. You have no choice but to kind of buy into it yourself, where you're just like, yeah, maybe it will make people better, but at the same time you're like, maybe you should go about it in a different way. I don't know. I really hope that this show introduces more superheroes to their roster, and I feel like that's something that they may do because it is a franchise show and they have so much opportunity to do that. They're in a platform where they're able to do that with Netflix, so we'll see if that happens. That would be awesome. Maybe create some more depth, like I said, to the characters so that we can really commit, because they were like almost there with it, and I'm just like, if you just push it a little more further, then you know, you can get even more people to be involved and invested in the show. I personally am going to watch season 2 whenever it comes out. But yeah, that is all that I have for you guys at the moment. Definitely check it out and let me know your thoughts. If you've heard of the show, if you haven't heard of the show, if you're going to watch it now after this review. And as always, feel free to give me a review suggestion, what you want me to do next, because I am super open to that. I love it when I get feedback from you guys. It makes me happy. It makes me feel awesome. As always, thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.